This tutorial is for the S2V part of the setup. Let's discuss the first one called service/meeting type. This setup will provide an analyst tool for managements in deciding what times to schedule for services or programs, considering the composition of the congregation that attends service at various times. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, locate the S2V option and click on Service/Meeting Type. I have already entered in some information, but for a first-time user, this table will be empty. To add a new service/meeting type, click on Add New. Type in your service. And click on Save Changes. Your new service will be added to the table below. You are allowed to edit an entry. To do this, click on the service you want to edit, make sure it is highlighted. Locate the edit icon on the left top bar of your table and click on it. The texts you want to edit will be highlighted, click on it and make your necessary changes. Click on the save icon to update your changes. You are also given the option to delete a service type. To do this, click on the service you want to delete and click on the trash icon. If you are sure you want to delete it, click on OK. Your service will be deleted. You can follow the same steps to add, edit, and delete as many service/meeting types as you want. Thank you for your attention.
Let's discuss our next setup called Spiritual Gift. This setup helps the church administrator keep records of members blessed with spiritual gifts. The information entered here will be useful, just as every setup, in the data entry section of the software. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, locate the S2V option and click on Spiritual Gift. There is no record to display because we haven't entered in any information. To add a spiritual gift to this setup, click on the Add New button. A window automatically pops up. Type in your spiritual gift and click on Save Changes. Your entry will be added to the table below. You can follow the same steps to add as many spiritual gifts as you wish. I'll add another spiritual gift, example, miracle. So now the two spiritual gifts I entered has been added to the table. As I said earlier, you can add as many as you wish. You are allowed to edit, and also delete an entry. Thank you for your attention.
Our next setup is called Staff Position. This setup is useful in indicating the current positions of certain members within the church, and it could be helpful in tracking progress record. It can also give a picture of staff's capabilities for future record. The user would thus have to enter all positions in the church, to make selection easier in the other categories. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, select the S2V option and click on Staff Position. I have already entered in some information, but for a first-time user, this table will be empty. To add a new position, click on the Add New button. Type in a staff position. For this tutorial, I'll use Music Director. Click on Save Changes. Your new position will be added to the table below. You are allowed to edit and delete a position entered. Follow the same steps to add as many staff positions as you wish. Thank you.
Let's move to our next setup called System Numbers. This setup allows the end user to enter series of numbers which will be used to generate church member IDs, batch IDs, etc. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, select the S2V option and click on System Numbers. I have already entered in some information, but for a first-time user, this table will be empty. To add a system number, click on the Add New button. A window automatically pops up. Type in a system number item. For this tutorial, I'll use batch ID. Next, type in your prefix. Type in your suffix. And finally, type in your system number. You can use the arrows by the side to increase or decrease your number. Click on Save Changes once you've finished entering your information for the system number. Our newly added system number can be seen on the table below. You are allowed to edit and delete an entry. Follow the same steps to add as many system numbers as you wish. Thank you for your attention.
Let's move to our next setup called Status. This setup will help the church administrator in indicating the present condition or state of a church member in meetings or activities. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, select the S to V option and click on Status. I have already added in some information, but for a first-time user, there will be no record to display. To add a new status, click on the Add New button. A window automatically pops up. Type in your status. For this tutorial, I'll use Active. Click on Save Changes. Notice that the newly added status will be displayed on the table below. You are allowed to edit and also to delete an entry. That is all for the status setup. Follow the same steps to add as many statuses as you want. Thank you.
Our next setup is called Title. Showing respect or honor to whom honor is due is biblical, and the church must be careful not to offend a member who cares about such accolade, hence this setup. To set this up, click on the Setup menu, select the S to V option and click on Title. I have already added some titles, but for a first-time user, there will be no record to display. To add a new title, click on the Add New button. Type in your title and click on Save Changes. Your new title will be added to the table below. You are allowed to edit and also delete an entry. Follow the same steps to add as many titles as you want. Thank you for your attention.
Let's discuss our next setup called Visitation Method. This setup could be used when it comes to planning, budgeting, and allocating resources for this exercise. Visitation must be set up in accordance with the church's policy. To begin, click on the Setup menu, select the S to V option and click on Visitation Method. There is no record to display because we haven't added any information. To add a new visitation method, click on the Add New button. Type in your visitation method. For this tutorial, I'll use Home Visitation. Click on Save Changes. Your visitation method will be added to the table below. You are allowed to edit, and also to delete an entry. Thank you for your attention.
Let's discuss our final setup for this tutorial called Visit Purpose. This setup could be configured to inculcate a wide range of possible reasons based on experiences. That is, the reason why the visit is happening. This can give a hint to what is happening in the church. To begin, click on the Setup menu, select the S to V option and click on Visit Purpose. There is no record to display because no visitation purpose has been added. To add a new purpose, click on the Add New button. Type in your purpose. For this tutorial, I will use follow-up after first-time visit to the church. After typing your visit purpose, click on Save Changes. The new visit purpose will be added to the table below. This software gives you the option to edit an information. Same method applies to all the setups, but let's discuss it again. To edit an entry, click on the visit purpose you want to edit, make sure it is highlighted. Next, click on the edit icon on the top left bar of your table. Your text will be highlighted, click on it and make your necessary changes. For this tutorial, I will change the word after to on. After making your changes, click on the save icon in the form of a floppy disk. The changes made will be applied. You can also delete an entry. To do this, click on the trash icon on the left top bar of the table. If you are sure you want to delete, click on OK. Or you can click on Cancel if you change your mind about deleting. Follow the same instructions to add, edit, and delete your visit purpose. Thank you for your attention.